another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to be successful in online nursing school. About 4 or 5 months ago, I did a video on how to survive virtual nursing. Now that we've been at this for a while, I think it's time to discuss how to be successful. My number one tip in being successful in virtual or online learning would be open to change, be open to new things. Me, I wasn't open at first. I did not like online. I was like, if I wanted to do online nursing school, then I would have went to an online college. I was very negative in the beginning, and that was not the way to go. I was not successful that way. And changing my way of thinking has improved my grades, my life in general, my stress level. Who would have thought that our learning would still be this way? There have been online nursing programs for a while. So let's be honest and not act like this is a foreign concept or a new concept. But your girl do get you when you say you didn't sign up for online nursing school, because that's how I was. Instead of being so negative about this opportunity, I decided to change my way of thinking and take advantage of this virtual learning. I started looking at the positives of what would come out of this virtual learning. For instance, I had to move out of the city where my school was, so not having to drive all the way to campus every day was a blessing in disguise. Being virtual, you have a more flexible schedule. You're able to make opportunities and do things that you normally wouldn't be able to do a classroom-based learning. You have to change your outlook in general, but especially talking about nursing, you have to change your outlook on the situation. Think about the small little joys. For your lecture, you're able to pause it and re-listen to it as many times as you want. Whereas in a classroom setting, you might not be able to record your lectures because your teacher won't let you. But now your teacher recording the lectures for you to watch, and you're able to pause and go back as many times as you want. At least for our school, we're able to take our tests at home as well. And they record us, it's like a proctored exam. They record you while you're taking your test, but you're able to read out loud. And I think reading out loud and thinking through the questions help when it came to test taking. And in a normal environment, you wouldn't be able to read out loud. So I see the joy in being able to read out loud while I take my test. Also, at first we were doing virtual clinicals where we had like a vSim. I don't know what you guys are using, what program or case studies are y'all using, but the little joys in doing the vSim is you're able to think through the process yourself. You don't have anyone necessarily telling you what to do, and you have to kind of figure it out yourself. But it's also a great learning opportunity because you're able to use your critical thinking skills more, and you don't have anybody to fall back on. It's just you. Whereas in a clinical setting, try to soak up all the information you can and put yourself out there, do what you can. If a nurse is doing something, ask, can you do that? Take advantage of being in clinical, because some people aren't able to be in clinical. We are back in clinicals, and I'm able to learn hands-on as well. You want to get started on the studying early, because essentially you're teaching yourself. So you want to give yourself more time to learn this information, to practice this information. And just because school is virtual, don't mean you can't have a study partner still or a small study group. Meet with that study group, bounce ideas off each other, talk each other through those tough problems and case studies. And you might have someone in your group that's able to give you some tips and tricks that you didn't think of, or ways that they are studying that's working for them and maybe you would like to try. So having a reliable study partner or study group can be helpful during this virtual time. My last and final tip for online learning, make sure you have a quiet and reliable study space. For me, most of our libraries are closed to the public, so I can't do what I normally do and go to my little study spot in the library and study for 3 or 4 hours. I had to get creative. I was fortunate enough that I was able to make my office that's in the closet. I was able to have a quiet and reliable study area, but if you aren't able to make a little makeshift office at your house, maybe you could get creative with your study spots, such as a coffee shop or even a quiet park where you can study. Just getting creative with your study areas, but make sure they're reliable and quiet where you can concentrate and focus. And if you have to take your test in that environment, you want a quiet and non-distracting environment. I hope you guys like some of those tips that I shared with you on how to become successful in online learning. If you guys have some tips, please comment down below. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.